Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back for another episode for you guys. And this is a special episode because this is the annual Noir November. Everybody kind of celebrates this in some form. It should be a national holiday, actually. The whole month should be just a holiday. And this year, I really have been watching a lot of film noir. I had a really good Halloween. I watched a lot of Halloween movies for the first time. Got to revisit a lot of things. Well, the same thing's happening this month, I'm finding. I have so many film noirs when I really got in there. And just in the last 3 years that I've been making YouTube videos, I've really have bulked up with film noir. I mean, for real, just so many good releases have come out over the past 3 years, and I just ended up, as a collector, sometimes you amaze your own selves. It's like, wow, I have that many. But anyways, guys, I'm having fun so far. This is about the third week of Noir November. So basically you watch a film noir every day for the month of November, pretty much. So a lot of people do it, but this year I thought I'd really get into it and really get some new releases that I've been wanting to get, and I've just been holding off on them. So I picked up a few new ones I'm going to show you throughout the month. Like this next one. This is a DVD from Warner Archive. And this was a really good one. This was originally made for RKO. I think 1940. I can almost read it. I think 48. Anyways, this is a movie called Bodyguard, or yeah, just Bodyguard. Really, really cool. It stars the great Lawrence Tierney. He was in movies like Born to be Bad, or not Born to be Bad, but Born to Kill. Very good one. I think Robert Wise directed that, also from RKO. And then famously, Quentin Tarantino, in his later years, gave him a role in Reservoir Dogs. He's at the beginning, mostly at the table where they're sitting down discussing the plan, and they're doing their names and all that stuff. But he's the older, gruff guy. He's kind of gruff, but just an overall, just a really cool actor. It's a shame that he didn't have like a really solid career all the way, throughout the 90s. And it kind of like Robert Mitchum, he kind of, he was always in something pretty good, but he could have done something like that, at least in, crime movies and maybe possibly some sci-fi movies or something. But he's a pretty good actor, but he's a tough guy, but he's also got that charm to him where he's not, everything, but really, really cool actor. And it's also got Priscilla Lane. This is directed by Richard Fleischer. This is a early movie by him. Well, it says Richard O. Fleischer, so I'm assuming this is one of his first movies. Richard Fleischer also directed, The Narrow Margin and Armor Car Robbery. Two really good film noirs. And actually, part of the credits on here, actually Robert Altman, a very, very early, I think this is his first film credit as a story co-writer in it. So that's kind of a cool little trivia thing there. But The Bodyguard, really good, solid film noir. Delivers. I mean, it's cool, well worth picking up. Next up, I thought I'd show. I'm gonna mix this up with some ones I've probably shown before, but they're some of my favorite ones that I wanted to rewatch this month. And I think this came out last year, and I've done a video about it in one of my 4K videos. But this is from Kino 4K of The Killing by Stanley Kubrick. This is a bona fide, just textbook classic film noir. Still holds up to this day. Just so exciting. Sterling Hayden, I almost forgot his name. Sterling Hayden is really good in this. This is probably one of his very best movies. But he's been in a lot of good ones, so it's kind of hard to say. But man, he is perfect in this. This is a racetrack robbery movie. It's also got Stanley or Cole. I'll get it out here in a second. Colleen Gray, Vince Edwards, J.C. Flippin, Marie Windsor. She's really good in this. Ted DeCorsia and God, I think I'm gonna forget his name. Character actor, did a lot of good movies. Gosh, what's his name? I'm picturing his face. God, I'm wondering if it'll say on here. Oh, Alicia Cook Jr. Yeah, he goes all the way back to probably the first official film noir, The Maltese Falcon. He's in that, really, and he's good in everything. He does him, and he's just, I don't know, he's one of a kind. Yeah, Alicia Cook Jr. He's in this, and what I was gonna say, but yeah, Marie Windsor very good as his wife, Alicia Cook Jr.'s wife in this movie, who's kind of playing him, and she doesn't take this guy serious, and you wonder why they're together, and but really good. I mean, there's some of the best parts of the movie, just their interactions and everything. It's really cool. So The Killing, you should have this in your collection. It's excellent. Next up, this is a new one I picked up. Had my eye on this for a little while. Wanted to check it out and see what is this. And it wasn't very much, so I went ahead and tried it. But this is a movie starring Dennis O'Keefe, and he actually directed it too. I think it was his first role or first directing movie. He may have done another one, or he may have never done another one again, but it was co-directed by him and Montgomery Tully. So yeah. So anyways, this is a movie called The Diamond Wizard, also known as just The Diamond, which is what comes up on screen in this one. Pretty good. I had a lot of hopes for this, but kind of let me down. It was kind of like, man, it was just starting to kind of wane a little bit, but then it picked up, and it was like, oh, okay, wait a minute, I wasn't giving it a fair shake for a second, and then it kind of dips again, and then, you know what I mean, and it's kind of up and down, but overall, I mean, it was pretty good. I would give it 3 stars. And this is the first time watch, so I might need to watch it again. I'm not sure. But Margaret Sheridan, who co-stars in this, she's really good, and I don't remember her from anything else before. So anyways, The Diamond Wizard. So I would probably give it another shot and stuff, but I don't know. Anyways, this was a first time watch also. I've had this one for a while, and I've been meaning to get around to watch it, but I've had it. This is from Arrow Academy. This is a movie, actually the first movie by Joseph H. Lewis at Columbia Pictures, and there's a pretty good documentary about him at Columbia on here. This is a movie called My Name is Julia Ross, and really good, another good one. This family's trying to cover up this murder. The son's nuts, and they're rich, they're slightly eccentric, but they're trying to get this girl to be kind of a replacement for the girl he murdered. It's a really convoluted plan that they got going. But yeah, she's took this job as a secretary, ended up being drugged at this house, this huge estate. She wakes up to the older, friendly grandma type, who's the woman she's working for, and she's wondering what's going on, and they're calling her by a different name. They're trying to convince her that she's someone who she's not, because they figure if they keep drugging her, just everybody sticks to the plan, and she never leaves, and she'll believe it. But she's a little stronger than that, and it's a really good performance by Nina Falk. F-O-C-H, Folk. I'll just call her Foch, okay? Maybe it is Foch, but she's a film noir staple. She's one of the best, leading film noir actresses. But anyways, they're an attempt to, they're trying to convince her of that. I don't want to give away, stuff, because it is a good mystery. But yeah, it's really cool. And if you like Alfred Hitchcock, stuff like that, it's maybe you could say, well, it's poor man's Alfred Hitchcock or something. But no, I think it's a superior movie. And without even putting it in a box and say film noir, I mean, it's a great little mystery. What is it? It's not very long. I don't know if that says 85 minutes or 65 minutes. I think it was 85 minutes. But really good. I do recommend that. But that's the Aero Academy. That's a Region B. If you got an all-region player. But I believe it's available on the state side. Next up, this was a movie I've shown before. I think I showed it in like a women's prison movie episode. But I wanted to rewatch this, and man, this thing is good. It's just really good. It's like the more you watch it, it gets a lot better. And I really enjoyed watching this. This was great. This is probably the grandma of instead of granddaddy. This is the grandma of women's prison flicks. This is Caged from 1950. Directed by John Cromwell, written by Virginia Kellogg and Bernard Schoenfeld. Music by Max Steiner. This was a Warner Brothers movie. Great performance by Eleanor Parker. Agnes Moorehead is in this, where she's playing a very understanding and friendly prison warden who's really looking out for the inmates. It's got Ellen Corby, who some of you older people in the audience might remember her from The Waltons as the grandma. She's pretty young in here. Hope Emerson, Betty Gard, and Jan Sterling. And it's got this one woman who's like the matron of the girls. She's kind of in charge of their floor. I'm trying to remember what her name is. Hope Emerson, I believe. But yeah, this is really good. And this is the DVD, and this came in a Cult Camp Classic set that I got. But I believe it's on Blu-ray that just recently came out within the last couple years or so, I believe, from Warner Archive, which I highly recommend picking this one up. It's really good. Next up, this is one I've had for a while, just didn't have a chance to watch it yet. This is part of the Film Noir Foundation, and in partnership with Flicker Alley, the video label, with the Film Noir Foundation, Eddie Muller of TCM's Noir Alley, all the audio commentaries, the books, author, Eddie Muller, everything. So that's part of his thing. He's been restoring stuff, finding movies, and then the foundation's been, restoring them and everything. And this is one of those that Flicker Alley's released quite a few of these. Now, these can be kind of pricey when they come out, and they really never go on sale. They never go down in price. They're always at they pretty much stay at about a $39 range on Amazon and stuff, and they rarely are ever cheap. So every once in a while I'll find one on eBay for a lot cheaper and stuff, and I think that's what I did this time. But this is a movie called The Man Who Cheated Himself. And a little bit about this. This was directed by the really underrated Felix Feist. he might not sound familiar to you, but he's done a lot of cool stuff in the late 40s and 50s and stuff. Really cool director, kind of on the small side of things, but really good. It was produced by Jack M. Warner, one of the other Warner Brothers, I believe. It's not the main guy, I believe. Or maybe it was just his passion project or something. But anyways, and this is directed by, Felix Feist. It's got a pretty cool cast here. It's got Lee J. Cobb. Can't see. Who else is in this? They don't have the names on this, but they thought this was lost at one time. Okay, it's got Lee J. Cobb, who, he's no stranger to film noir movies from the 50s for sure. It's got Jane Wyatt, she's really good in this, and John Dahl. I don't think that's any no relation to the director John Dahl. Anyways, but really cool movie. It's just one of those oddball movies. It was an independent production. And I think it fell between the cracks throughout the years, but they to the point where they thought it was lost. So it talks a little bit about this. It's got some cool supplements, and talks about when it was found and how it went from there, and really cool. All these Flicker Alley noir ones have really good supplements on there and stuff. So really cool. This is from 1950. And so if you can find one of these at a good price, snatch them up. Any of them, they're all great releases. Next one, guys, this is this wasn't Alan Ladd's first movie, but this is definitely the movie that he became a star after this. He became an instant star. Movie I'm talking about here is This Gun for Hire. And 1942, it's wartime. This was a starring role movie for Veronica Lake, and her and Alan Ladd would team up for like 6 to 8 movies. I think they did at least 6. I think it was 6 movies that they did together because they were a big hit together and everything. But Veronica Lake was really new. This was only like her third movie and everything, and the studio was trying to figure out what to do with her. She had just done Sullivan's Travels when she was a big hit in that, and everything, and so they didn't know if they wanted to play her, in a comic role or more serious stuff. So the whole time she was with Paramount, that's kind of how it went for her. So she's got some really good ones, and then all of a sudden her career just dries up. But anyways, this is one of the great early film noirs. We look back at it, a great crime movie. This is a year after The Maltese Falcon, so we're starting to see these breakout crime movies that are really good, that are edgy, and start changing up the film language, and it starts doing you start seeing different stuff, atypical, stuff, trying new stuff. So it kind of big influence on the later film noirs and stuff. But This Gun for Hire, really good. They did another movie together after that called The Glass Key, and I'm gonna watch that here this month. And then they did The Blue Dahlia together, and I recently watched that also, but we'll talk about those later in the month on another episode. But next up, this is a movie I got, and man, I totally forgot that there's something wrong with this movie, so I put it in thinking, so the movie I'm talking about is On Dangerous Ground. Great Nicholas Ray movie with Ida Lupino and Robert Ryan. It's also got Ward Bond and Charles Kemper in this. But this is a really good movie. I mean, very, very, very good. Top of the line. One of the best film noirs. But I get about an hour and 10 minutes into the movie, and the disc wants to just freak out, and it won't play. And I forgot that Warner Brothers, back about 2007, something like that, they had a whole bunches and bunches of DVDs were messed up and they were recalled and stuff like that. But a lot of people got them, and I think at the time you could return the movie and they would send you a better one and stuff. They came in those box sets, and that's one of these slim cases, what this one is. And but I recently found out that it's on Blu-ray now by Warner Archive, and it probably looks way better than this print looks, and everything. So I'm gonna snatch that up, because I think that came out a few years ago as well. But On Dangerous Ground, great movie. Robert Ryan really steals the picture, or really has this whole movie in his pocket until we get to Ida Lupino, and then I think she steals the show. But man, they're both great in this movie. It's really good tight direction by Nicholas Ray, and really good. Robert Ryan is he's just off the chain on this one. He's one of his best roles. And Robert Ryan, he's well known today, for like The Wild Bunch and some of the, some of the tough, film noir movies he did and stuff. But we forget what a great actor he was. He's underrated. There's only one Robert Ryan, and he was so good. And this movie really shows off his chops and stuff. So On Dangerous Ground. And finally, guys, for part one, I want to finish it on a really cool note. This has to be one of my favorite film noirs. I love this thing. This thing is fast. It's short, fast, and it's just great. It has so many great actors and character actors, and just the plot, and it's awesome. This is a movie, I'm trying to think of what year this is from. I'm gonna take a guess. I think it's like 49 or something like that. But anyways, Kansas City Confidential. Man, great movie. It's got the great underrated John Payne. I really like John Payne, man. He is so cool, and he was a great actor, and he was pretty well known back in the day, but nowadays he's not that well known anymore. I mean, you get John Wayne and then you got John Payne, but both good actors. But it's a shame, he doesn't have more status nowadays. But man, he did some really excellent movies, some really good westerns, good film noirs. I'm matter of fact watching 2 or 3 of his movies this month. So but this is the first one, and it's really cool. It's got a great storyline, really good about it. It's going to be a bank robbery. Each member of this team that's been put together, they have to wear a mask in there. So the boss has a mask on. Nobody knows who anybody looks like. Nobody. They don't know anybody's name or anything. They just have a plan to do this. That way nobody can tell on each other if they get caught, because they won't know their identity. But it's a really cool story. Excellent movie. Highly recommend this, guys. This was a 2-disc combo from something I haven't heard of before. Film Chest video. I don't know, but this is a DVD Blu-ray combo pack, and the Blu-ray looks really good. Actually, I've never heard of this company before, but looks really good. It's got a couple of little, it's got a before and after demonstration, and it's also got the 5.1 surround. I think it has the mono soundtrack too. Well, I'm not sure, but it only has Spanish subtitles, which was weird. But anyways, good release. It does look really good. So there you go, Kansas City Confidential, really good. So there you go, guys. There's a few movies. that I've started off watching this month. I still got a lot to watch. I think I've picked too many movies off the shelf. I probably won't get to most of them, but we'll see in the next couple episodes. How far do I get? So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you comment, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, where I have a lot of other film noir episodes on here. So check those out, and I might even have those in my playlist. I'm not sure. Can you see my playlist? I don't know how much I know. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time for some more film noir.